get along, get arrested for this. But when the bodies mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's bedless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 190 of Fired Up Sports. Check us out at fireupsports.com. I'm Mike Gilletto. Joining me as always, Dom Console. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going
190.
on?
We're getting awfully close to the number 200. We're getting there.
Yeah, I mean we're almost at the Mendoza line. So
Yes. Which it's I feel like the standard for, it's I think at this point people accept the Mendoza line.
if you're hitting 40 plus,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I mean I'll take it.
Although it's funny, I just heard this the other day that Mendoza, the player, his career average is 213. So people call it the Mendoza line, and it's well, that's not fair.
Oh really? I thought it would be 200.
Nah, I think his career average is 213 or something.
What did he play in 1940?
That's a good question. I could look it up for you if you care that much. Let's see here. When did Okay, hold on. Mario Mendoza. I didn't know the guy's name.
Play before sliced bread was invented.
Mendoza played in the year 1982. Does that sound right?
No, really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
From 74 to 82.
Okay. He had a cup of coffee.
Yes. And his career batting average 215.
Then why is the Mendoza line not 215?
I don't know. That's a good
You're
question.
supposed to know these things.
I don't know these things. I'm just relaying the facts here.
Well, they should reevaluate that.
They should. I agree. The Mendoza line should be 215. Just going based off facts here.
Yeah.
Before we get into Eagles, the Phillies were on tonight, up 5-2. Things looked a little dicey in the top half of the eighth with the bases loaded for the Nationals, nobody out.
Yes.
Alvarado got out of it, and it looks like they could possibly get a win tonight, assuming the bullpen doesn't, shit the bed. But I know people are talking about, go ahead.
Did Wheeler throw 7 and Alvarado came in the 8th? I missed a little bit.
Wheeler got pulled in the 7th, I believe.
Okay. Was it for Alvarado or?
No, she came in for Strom. It might have honestly been the 6th.
Okay.
Drawing a blank when Strom came in, but Strom came in first.
Okay.
And then I put the kids to bed, so I walked away for a little bit. So I forget if it was the 6th or 7th.
Yeah, I missed a little bit too.
Alvarado came in the 8th. And obviously people are going to talk about the lineup and struggling. I know they took 2 or 3 from Chicago, but I don't want to talk about the overall team struggling. And I know Trey Turner's gotten a little bit over the last handful of days, but is it time to start concerning?
4 hits tonight.
He did have 4 hits tonight. Is it time to start being concerned about Bryce Harper's season?
I don't think so because I still think he's hitting the ball hard. Tonight,
it's funny. You bring it up. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
he hit the ball really hard twice, both
Yeah.
outs, and then the one hit is a little dribbler to second base. That's
yeah.
baseball.
I mean, yeah, that's baseball. But even the last few games, he's hitting the ball hard. He's always been a free swinger. So the chasing and the first pitch in the dirt where he swings, that's always been Bryce Harper. He's just a great 0-2 hitter or 2-strike hitter, really. But I'm not worried yet. I'm not.
Some just seems a little off.
And you know what? I don't know that it's just baseball. Now I'm not going to say it's outside of baseball related, but just his attitude this year kind of seems a little
just body language.
Yeah.
And I agree. Not even just the skill. He's struggling and he's down to 230 or whatever his average is. He's just a body language issue. Just doesn't seem all that
And
there for me.
and I'm sure, like, what was that? What was it? What game was it? They scored the 10 runs. Was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. They
Yeah,
scored the 10 runs. Then Sunday Night Baseball is prime time, and then tonight they it seems like everybody's getting a piece of the ball. It's just like that could be being Bryce Harper, the guy, a top 10, 15 player in the league who's usually always a part of it. He's just not been a part of the scoring.
yeah,
These last few games. So yeah, but I'm not too worried. I think once the weather gets a little bit warmer, which it's been warmer these last couple of days than it's been the last few weeks, but they haven't been home when it's been warm. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it yet, but it's definitely something to keep an eye out on.
yeah. It just something just seems off. That's all. I mean, I don't know that I'm concerned long term, but if this team wants any sort of chance to compete for anything, like Bryce Harper has to be Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I think he'll get there.
Yeah.
If there's anybody you have confidence in that can get back into form, because there have been times the last few years where he has, when he came back from the Tommy John, he struggled for a while, and eventually he found it. I mean, it's a little concerning because of how the year ended last year. What did he have, like 4 homers in the last month and a half of the season?
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of that. But again, you play on the East Coast in the cold weather. It's, they played in Chicago. It was very windy and very cold. So, and Kruk kind of said that in the pregame tonight, was like, you're finally home. Let's start getting the ball, in the bleachers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
sure. I know we mentioned Trey Turner getting 4 hits tonight, but I feel like he's kind of been on a lot of people's shit list. Like, it's a good game tonight, but he hasn't been it. Like, especially in the field, and obviously you want him to be the close to 300 guy that you signed him. You want him to be a good glove, and he hasn't really done either.
well, I mean, the glove, we know what that is at this point. Like,
yeah, but it wasn't this
I'm
bad
not saying-
in Washington and in LA. Like, at least
yeah,
I
but
don't
like,
think
how
it
much
was.
how much did you watch
Not
Dodgers
every game,
and Nationals
obviously.
games?
Yeah, not every game, obviously.
So we don't know. Like we truly don't. And I will agree with you. I thought he was way better than this, and it's been really bad. But
yeah, I thought he was a slightly above average shortstop, and he's a really below average shortstop.
that's probably fair. But
Yeah.
like, also, he's not as bad this year as people are saying. He's got 3 errors this year, which is like on pace to be like a career year for him with errors.
Yeah.
So like this time last year and the year before, I think he was like almost in double digits. That's how bad he was. But yeah, we know what he is defensively. He actually made a really great play tonight. That's the thing, is he's that guy that makes a great play, and then 2 plays in a row after that, it's just like he just makes you scratch your head. Offensively,
the one the other night against the Cubs was really bad.
Which one
where
was that?
Luzardo has a no hitter going, 2 outs.
It's bad.
A routine ground ball, it goes off the glove, or it goes off the palm, I guess. And then he makes Luzardo throw like an extra 20 pitches. Like that would have been out number 3.
But-
like everything would have been gone. Everything would have been fine.
But again, like, it's not just Turner. Like, you could say the same thing about Rojas in that Braves game when he watches the ball fall and then they score 3 runs.
Yep.
Tonight, he misjudges a ball. Did you see that?
The CJ Abrams triple.
Yeah. Misjudges a ball, and has Wheeler throws an extra 13 pitches in the inning.
Yep.
He only give up a run in that inning, but you see how it almost cost them tonight.
Yeah.
So it's not just Turner. I understand where you're going with it, but it really it's Stott has made a couple. I mean, he's been pretty Gold Glove esque.
Yeah, I know issues with
Bohm
Stotts.
Bohm has been
elite.
dreadful. I don't
Yep.
care what anybody says. I'll still go back to that St. Louis series. He gave up a run on a routine ground ball. There was a ball that he got the out at first, but just moves in slow motion. And Rojas has been underwhelming. You know what's funny? How many times we've been saying about Rojas, like, if you're a Gold Glover, if you play Gold Glove defense, and you hit like 240, sign me up, right? He's
the
actually
opposite
been
of
the
that.
opposite this year.
Yeah, he's been their
like
best
a-
hitter.
He's like He's like a 300 hitter with.
He hit a home
terrible
run
defense.
tonight.
Yeah, I know. In like the deepest part of the park. Like that
Yeah.
was a homer today. Like that wasn't just like a it just made it. He crushed that. It was over
Yeah.
400 feet, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
and he's at least last I checked, he was over 300. I don't know what his average is now, but he's right around. He's hovering around 300.
I think Stott's close to 300. I think he's in like the 290s.
Is he that high?
Turner, yeah. He's been real when he first moved to the leadoff spot. It wasn't great, but he's been really good the last like week and a half. Who else? JT is starting to figure it out a little bit. Like he's got like 6 hits in his last like 8 games or something. Kepler has hit 400 these last like 5 or 6 games. So it's looking like they're starting to kind of put it together a little bit. I actually have a stat for you, or
Okay.
I don't know if it's a stat, but it's I looked it up going after. I don't. It might have been going into Sunday night.
Stats
either go-
292, by the way.
He was either going into Sunday night or after Sunday night's game. I can't remember which one it was, but they are the 6th lowest team in chase rate this year.
Okay.
So there are adjustments. It just takes time, you know.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. It's
last
kind of
year
a
they
weird-
ended 30%. They were top 5.
Yeah.
I think it was top 5. This year they're at 24%. Like that's a huge drop off.
It is. No, it is. It's just kind of been a weird series or a weird season so far because like it feels like the offense goes cold and nobody does anything and you're like, where the hell is the offense? And then they will have a good offense. Then the bullpen will
that's
come in
baseball.
and just completely blow the game. Like
Right, but that's baseball. Like,
Yeah,
it's
sure, yeah.
162.
Yep.
I mean, there are times last year. Oh, I thought that was fair. There are times last year when we felt the same thing. We complained about it last year, even when they were having a record-setting first half of the year.
Yep.
It was. Oh, they score 3 runs tonight, then they score 10 runs the next night, then they score 2 runs the night after that, then they go 3 straight, scoring 5+, and then that's baseball.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep, for sure.
That's why I'm saying like everybody that is worrying, everybody that it's still so early. Look how good they were the first 2.5 months of the season last year, and look how it finished. And then look in 22 and 23. They started horrible. They were 500 going into June both years, or around 500. They may have even been under 500 at that point. And then June hit 2 years in a row, and they just hit hit momentum.
Yep.
And August came, and I think it was in 23. They broke the record in August for like most homers in a month or something by a team, or it might be the month of August. But it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right?
Yeah.
So that's why last week we were talking. Are you worried? No, I'm not worried yet, and I'm still not.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There are a lot of teams like the Padres last year who were around 500 at the deadline, and they made the playoffs as one of the hottest teams in the league. The Mets last year were terrible going into the London series in late May, and look what they did. They
Until Grimace threw out the
made
first
it.
pitch.
What's that?
He said it.
Yeah,
Until
all
Grimace
because of
threw out
Grimace.
the first
Yeah,
pitch.
all because of Grimace. So the years that the Dodgers were terrible in April, and then they from May to fucking September they won 100 games, and then they lose in the first round. Those years, like it's just baseball. You got to get hot at the right time.
Yeah. CJ Abrams has had a hell of a night.
He's a great player. He's a good player. He's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
He could turn into a great player.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. My fantasy baseball team likes it.
Yeah.
Almost had the cycle. I think it was a home run shy of the cycle, so probably the hardest one to get. But you
Yeah.
could argue triple, but yeah, I agree. I just think, we've talked about it before. Like, I think that people are just going to give this team a short leash and harsher criticism because of the way the last couple seasons have ended.
Sure, and it's also not encouraging going into the deadline when you have a guy like Dombrowski who historically has been a great GM, great president, whatever, etc., all the above. But he's had, you can almost say, dreadful trade deadlines.
Dreadful. Yeah.
Trading Logan O'Hoppe and getting back, what was that, Syndergaard?
Syndergaard, yeah.
Obviously trading Moniak's probably better than Marsh. But I'm sorry, Marsh is probably better than Moniak.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll take Marsh, but
Yeah, and I think it was Marsh for Syndergaard, O'Hoppe for Moniak, but it was on the same day. I just have it those two guys for those two guys.
yeah,
And then what did he do in 23?
that would have been. Oh no, that was last year was Austin Hayes, right?
Last year's Austin Hayes
Yeah.
and Estevez, who I think
Yeah,
he got hit hard, but I probably would have kept him around. And then the year before, who was it in 23?
wasn't
Yeah,
that the Syndergaard year?
No, it's 22. It was the World Series year,
Oh,
or when they went to the World Series. But I don't think it was much. It might have been like a relief pitcher, but oh my god. You know what? I'll take terrible defense if he hits 300.
Rod.
I'll take one or the other. Give me 240 in Gold Glove defense, or be very average in center field and hit 300. That's so bad. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, sorry, I'm reading up on this. No, Austin Hayes was 2023.
24.
No, it's 2024.
Yeah.
2024. I'm trying to look this up.
Just
Oh,
ask ChatGPT.
they acquired the big move was Michael Lorenzen.
Oh my god. There you go. The two guys we were just talking about.
What did I just miss? I was looking this up.
Trey Turner almost overthrew Harper. He off the bag and safe at first.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Jesus Christ! Did he tag his back or no?
No, he didn't get him.
Okay. How do you airmail that high? Like, that's a routine throw. You should be able to make that throw 100 times out of 100.
And it's
He
not
might have
like
got him. He might have got his back. That's
yeah,
so
but still
goddamn
that's
close.
unacceptable.
I agree, it's unacceptable. But that's they deserve to lose this game.
No, stop.
Is it like I know I'm one of Dombrowski's biggest critics, but the line the team in general I think is his kind of fault and as to why they're struggling. But his overall philosophy the last handful of years we talked about, he just doesn't give a fuck about defense. This is what he's built. This is what he wanted. He's nowhere close to him. Never mind. That angle shows he's nowhere close.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's.
Did they challenge that or?
Yeah, it was a match challenge. Yep.
I guess it's worth a shot.
I guess you have nothing to lose there.
Yeah. Except the challenge.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't. But is he like that though? Because he doesn't care about defense. Because again, I'm curious what the defensive numbers are for Trey Turner before he came here.
I guess I'm not ready to say he doesn't. I guess I should say he doesn't care about defense, but it's clearly very far down his priority list.
Yeah, I mean, bringing in Marsh, who's supposed to be good defensively, bringing up Rojas, who's supposed to be good defensively. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully they get out of this.
This team stinks.
Just gotta get a ground ball,
so bad.
not to Trey Turner.
No,
and I love Trey. I'm a big Trey Turner guy.
I don't know. I feel like I've tried to defend him for a while now, and it seems like every other game he gives you a reason. What the fuck? And with the money he's making, and I know people don't talk about money, but it's the reality of it. He's getting paid like a fucking
yes. He gets
shortstop.
overpaid. Absolutely,
Yes.
He does get overpaid, but he's not that bad. He's not insanely overpaid. I mean, listen, going into this year, if I told you your shortstop hit you 40 homers and gave you 130 RBIs or whatever it was, and hit close to 300 in his first 2 years here, you would sign up for that, and that's what he was. That's what he's been. He also wasn't as bad in the playoffs as people say he was last year. He really, really wasn't. He had the third highest average. I know that's not saying much,
Jesus
but
fucking Christ.
uh oh.
I mean, Guy's out, so I mean that helps. But
Yeah.
wild ass pitch.
And there's the conversation with him too. Like
Kirkering.
how good is he? Yeah.
Well, I mean, they clearly put all their eggs in the Kirkering basket by the
Sure.
moves they made in the offseason. Like
And
they
I again, like I'm not like I understand that. I wasn't against that idea going into this year. It's just looking like it's not working out. He
Like,
just sometimes looks like a guy that looks exactly like he it's like he closes his eyes and we have no idea like if it's going to be a meatball or the greatest pitch you've ever seen, and there's nothing in between.
I think Kirkering could be a really good 7-8 setup man guy. I don't know that I want him to be my closer.
Yeah, but there is no such thing as a closer with this team. They're just going to put
No,
Alvarado
well,
in.
In Major League Baseball, there's really not much of a thing of it anymore.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Alvarado went against 1, 2, and 3. Like Alvarado's gonna go up against, for right now, is gonna go up against the team's, in the high leverage situations. He's gonna go up against the team's best guys.
And even he has the ability to fucking have meltdowns.
Sure, but he's been really good this year.
He has been. He's
been the only guy you could really count on at this point.
Yeah.
And like that's saying something.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Holy fuck. Gotta be fucking kidding me. They really gave this game away.
It's your fault.
Turner. It's my fault? Why?
Yeah, you said let's see how they blow this. Or whatever you said.
Trey Turner, all he had to do was make the easiest throw he could possibly have to make. He wasn't off balance. The ball wasn't coming at full speed. Easy ground ball, throw the ball to first. It's that simple.
It's so much deeper than that, though.
It's not. It shouldn't be.
No, it is.
How?
Kirkering blows. Like that's what really.
There should have been 3 outs. That's actually not a horrible pitch.
No, it's a bad pitch.
He went down to get it.
It's a bad pitch. You can't throw that inside. You can't let him pull that ball. You can't.
The game should be over.
I don't disagree. It's a bad play by Turner. I get it, but like, there should have been 3 or 4 or 5 different other times that had nothing to do with Trey Turner that this game should have been over.
I agree, but at the same time,
Kirkering has been worse.
$300 million.
Kirkering
Make the fucking
worst. Kirkering has been a worse pitcher than Trey Turner's been a shortstop defensively this year. Factually.
I don't know that I'm ready to
Trey Turner has 3, maybe 4 errors this season. Kirkering's ERA is fucking the age of my fucking great grandmother. Like his ERA really might be like 45. I really want to see
it. I don't know that it's that high.
It should be.
Well, yeah,
it blows.
Hold on, let me.
What is it going into tonight?
Tonight, so
times
I have
that by like 50. And that's what it is.
I have an ERA. I don't know that it is including tonight. I don't think it would be.
I doubt it is.
5.23.
Yeah, it's bad.
I agree. It's bad. I agree.
It might be double digits tonight.
Relax. Although how many of those runs are earned? Like that run, is that run earned? It shouldn't be.
Probably not. Probably not that one. Not the Turner one.
He might have 1 earned run tonight.
No, it's.
He let up 3?
Yeah, I think 2 of them. Right, 2 of them had to be.
Not
on him tonight.
No, because the guy on first base is on base because of Turner's error. So that guy and the home run shouldn't be earned.
What about the second guy?
Yeah, it's 1 earned run. The guy on second. The guy on second base.
It was a 3-run homer, wasn't it?
Yeah, the guy on second base should be earned. The guy
the homer.
No, it shouldn't be earned because there should have been 3 outs.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm seeing it. I could be wrong, depending on how.
But doesn't the earned run go for the hitter and the guy on second?
Not if there's an error and there should be 3 outs. No. Everything after that could be not earned. I'd have to look to see. Oh, did he give up 4 that inning, or was it 3? I think it was 4. So maybe it was 2.
4 earned. He just said 4 earned.
There's no way it's 4 earned.
Unless he just means in general.
There's no way he gave a 4 because there was an error. At the very least, it's 3. There's no way it's 4 earned runs.
All right, hold on.
Trying to see what they scored it as, unless they change it. Right now, it has him as 1 earned run.
He said 4. I don't know if he meant
I'm just checking. I'm
the
looking at
Phillies
box
gave
score.
up 4 earned runs
Yeah,
in X amount of. But regardless, he blows.
I don't disagree, but the game
He's
should
a
be
worse
over.
pitcher than shortstop. I'm sorry, it's
I
fact.
don't know that I agree
fact.
with that. I
It's
don't
here
know that I agree with
100%.
that. I don't know that I agree with
100%.
that.
Dude, have you seen him pitch this year?
Okay, but you don't. I'm not expecting him to be Mariano Rivera. Like you're expecting Trey Turner to be an all-star.
Well, then why are you
caliber
bitching about the
shortstop.
bullpen then? He is the bullpen. He is the biggest piece in the bullpen that you
Yes.
need. Don't bitch about the bullpen
whose
then.
fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Dombrowski, 100%.
Thank you.
Okay, so then don't sit here and say you're worried about the bullpen and you complain about the bullpen. He stinks.
I
stinks.
agree, he stinks, but Turner needs to make that throw.
But Turner had 4 hits tonight. Get the fucking guy out. I get it. He should have thrown him out. It's a bad play. It's a bad throw. I 100% agree. But you know what? Turner, how many runs?
I could have made the throw with my right hand, and I'm left-handed.
Listen, he scored 2 runs for you tonight. He had 4 hits for you. You got to bail him out. You got to bail him out now. You throw fucking
Sure, I get
13
that.
pitches in an
I
inning. You
understand.
throw 13 pitches in an inning. You fucking throw 3 innings a week. Get him out.
I know,
Get him out. You don't play every day. You don't hit. You don't play the field. No. Get him
Sure,
out.
I get that. But at the same time,
Now, this goofball's probably going to get fucking picked off or something. This big bird over here.
you're not a big Bohm guy, are you?
You know what, dude? I'd rather him strike out 100 times than see him hit a ball the opposite field for a base hit. That's how
Yeah,
much I hate that he
That's
doesn't pull
not
the
true.
ball.
That's not true.
It's not, but like, I
He's
can't-
not. He's
I
not going
hate
to be
it
that
that
type of hitter.
much.
He's never going to be that type
No.
of hitter.
No,
He's never going to be a pull hitter. He's never going to have the power you want.
no, he's not a third baseman. Like, I'm sorry. Not to-
Yeah,
just-
but in baseball, I think that's kind of an outdated way of thinking. That like positions have to do certain things offensively. Like as long as you can do stuff, I don't
think-
care where you.
overall, I don't disagree with you. I think if you have a center fielder who hits you 40 home, I know they don't really fall off the tree, but like if you have a center fielder that hits you 30 plus homers and a left fielder that hits you 15, it's fine. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
But like, he's 6'5", he's chiseled. Hit the fucking ball in the fucking over the fence one time, not once this year.
I'll think
He doesn't have a homer.
Bohm doesn't have a homer this year.
No,
Not one.
not one. 0.
That's pretty bad. That's less than.
You know what he's on pace to hit this year? Homers 0.
Listen, we're not math guys, but the math's math in there.
220, 0 homers. I've never bitched so much about a guy getting a base hit in my life.
We really got to go back to see when when that relationship with him and what's her face started. That's when it all went downhill for him.
It was last year
Yeah,
when he hit the slump.
That's yep. As soon as that happened, he just hasn't been the same. That ball was right down the middle.
Yeah. And this guy, I mean, as great as he's been, every once in a while, and I know that wasn't the first pitch of the at bat, but like every once in a while, man, I need him to swing at first pitch because it's down the middle almost every single time. Just keep him honest.
Yep.
Like just every once in a while, swing.
Yeah.
It's every single time he takes the first pitch, and I get it. He's good enough to do it. He works the at bat. He's got a good eye. But
He
Trey
does.
Turner did enough tonight to be bailed out. Kirkering did.
I don't
Kirkering-
disagree. I don't disagree with that. But I still need my $30 million guy to make a fucking throw.
We can meet in the middle there. I understand. I do not disagree with that. But he's got to bail him out too. It can't just be one way.
Runner on first and second.
Because
nobody
now
out.
if they lose this game, it doesn't matter that Trey Turner scored 2 runs tonight and hit, had
no,
4
it's Trey
hits.
Turner fucked another throw.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And again, like if he went 0 for 4 tonight and struck out all 4 times chasing, like, all right, I get it. He fucked up. It's him. The error. It's terrible. Blah blah blah. But like if even if they don't win this game, even if they do win this game, it's it's still going to be talked about.
Yeah, but I don't think people are really bitching about Trey Turner to the bat. I think people are fine with Trey Turner to the bat. I think
Well-
it's him in the field. He's a train wreck.
You mean this year or overall, like as a Philly?
I think it's overall. I think it's kind of been a little more magnified the last couple weeks, but overall, I would say it's
See, I don't-
extremely underwhelming.
I think it's
in the
been.
field.
I think it's been.
I think it's been
people have been-
underwhelming.
I think people have been underwhelmed both ways. I really do. I think because he makes
got
300
almost-
million or whatever it
He's
is.
got almost
it makes-
300 last year though.
I know you're talking. You're preaching to the choir, my friend. But
Go.
there
Ah,
are
fuck.
people. I think you got to tag up there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, because it looked like he went halfway, which he
Now-
probably did, and then realized once it's not going to
How
get out.
deep it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just put this ball in play. It's without a double play. Watch his asshole double play. Who the fuck's
Who's up?
Is it, Ro-
Is it
is it
Sosa?
Rojas?
Or no? Rojas, yeah. You got to pinch hit for him here, right?
Bat 300. Let him fucking swing the bat.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What'd you think of the bunt call the other night? Well, I forget what day that was. Is that Friday?
I don't remember, but
Saturday?
I remember the bunt, but I don't remember.
Where JT
night
got
it
thrown
was.
out by 7 miles at the
Yeah.
plate?
Yeah.
It's terrible. Don't play call.
Yeah, well. 162, baby. That's why there's 162.
Oh, man. It's just, run on first and third, bottom of the ninth, 1 out. You have to get a run aboard. How are they going to fuck this up? I mean, the good thing is, with a guy like Rojas running, he's going to be really hard to double up.
Yeah. You probably play the corners in, though.
Yeah.
Keep him honest with the bunt.
He's not bunting.
No, he's not, but you never know with this fucking.
I said that the other night when he bunned. I was like,
Correct.
what the I've always been asking him to bunt, and that's the time they bunt him, and it was a fucking terrible call. The runner's not, or the corner's not in.
No, they're playing on the grass. They're not in. I just
They're
meant
not
playing on the
in.
grass.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
meant playing on the
fair.
grass.
Yeah.
Because if he hits this ball hard onto one of the middle infielders, it's probably a double play.
This is basically just turned into a Phillies
He,
watch.
he
along.
moved back a little bit, third baseman.
One 1-0 count. Maybe you think he's probably going to start swinging.
Who, this guy? No.
Nah, probably not.
No, that was
always-
sarcasm.
oh,
He swings
yeah.
a lot. He swings
Yeah,
at
right.
everything.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him draw a walk in my life.
Oh, that was it. That was the pitch. That was the pitch.
I'm like a few seconds behind you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right. Hey, don't worry about it.
This game shouldn't be going on right now if Turner just makes a fucking throw to first base.
Oh, here we go. and if Kirk Green could just hit his spots.
I agree with you. Although I don't think that pitch was that bad. Sometimes you just gotta tip your cap and be like, you know what, you went down and got it, and you
Not when he does that all year.
I mean,
fuck that.
Fair.
This guy just swings at everything. Just throw him a high fastball. This is going to be chest high, 3 feet off the plate. This might be chin high, and he's swinging it. It's going to be 96.
467 with runners in scoring position. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, what's he? Fucking 2 for 6?
7 for 14, I think it was.
Isn't that 50%?
That is 50%. Isn't that what I just said? Did I not say 7 for 14?
I didn't see the 7 for 14, but I did see the, what was it, 467? I did see that.
7 for 15, sorry.
Okay.
I'm not good at math. We've established this. He's fighting and he's battling.
I did say high fastball was coming.
I don't think that was high enough.
No, it wasn't. He missed it.
Yeah.
The pitcher, Finnegan,
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is just throw him a high fastball out of the zone.
You're gonna
He's
get him
swinging all
chased.
day.
Yeah.
He's swinging all day. That's what he does.
Yep, for sure.
What's it, Stott on first? My God, if he
Yeah.
could just hit one in the gap,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Stott scores.
yeah, it's probably asking a lot. I mean, Rojas had a good season.
Did you
It's asking
see-
a lot.
Did you see Kiebert?
Oh,
His
God.
glove.
Okay, he did go. Nice.
Did you see?
No, I
did
did
you
not.
see-
I did not. No.
His glove was up here, and then he went like that. His glove was up to Rojas's head.
He was on board with your game plan, just throwing him high
Yeah,
stuff.
96.
I'm
high.
surprised he didn't swing at that one. 10 feet outside.
He doesn't chase to the outside. He chases up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
Just keep throwing him 96 high.
No, you don't even need a gapper here. A single does it.
See, he's trying to get there.
You could
this
tag up from there.
fucking
You could
slow
tag up
asshole.
from there.
This slow asshole.
Thank
Oh my God.
Cruz
Oh, that's
is
it.
the worst
Oh,
outfielder in the world. He stinks. Although if you're the catcher,
I gotta
you could probably
see
block
that. I was gonna say,
better.
I gotta see that. It kind of from the live, view. It looked like Hebert tried to tag him before he had the ball.
Also,
It wasn't a great throw, but
this ball is way too deep for that play to be that close at the plate.
no,
He is
I
slow
disagree.
as shit.
He's right
That's my point.
for him. Yes, yeah, I agree. It should have been close, but not that close.
Look how slow he is.
He's really bad. Yeah, it almost looked like
He
Hebert.
bounced over his glove or something.
Yeah, it almost looked like he tried to tag him before he even had the ball.
Still not a great throw.
No, it's got to be better. But Hebert should have had that.
Yeah.
That should have been a double play. Game over.
Turner has a chance to redeem himself here.
With you? For you?
I'm just saying. He's the reason we're in this mess. Get us out of it.
What's he got? Like 10, 12 points for me tonight?
Fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. While this game's going on, did you want to talk a little Eagles, or do you want to wait till this inning's over?
I might want to wait until this inning's over, honestly. Oh my God. What the fuck? Did you see how he blocked that shit? There we go.
Game over.
All right. Thank God.
Walk off wild pitch.
I kind of really wanted to hit though, because I just want to pour on Doug. I want to smash Doug so hard this week.
That's
In
what she
more
said.
than more than one way.
Well, that's not. That's probably not
possible.
what she said,
But
but
no, she didn't say it. No, that's not Doug. Does Turner get the RBI there?
I don't know. No.
I know. I think isn't it like some wild pitches or something that you could be credited for an RBI.
If it's like a bases loaded walk, it would
Did you
get
see how he
after that.
blocked that though?
Yeah, it was terrible.
He looked like a fucking zombie. Look like he got shot.
And then throw it 10 feet behind his pitcher.
Yeah.
So not a great play on the game tying thing, the game tying run, and then a terrible block ball.
Did you see Turner took him like a
Oh, he
minute
got
to,
his
get out
hand
of the way?
stepped on. I was wondering what happened to Stott when he was down on the ground. Got his hand fucking stepped on by the pitcher.
That's good. That helps.
Yeah.
Gold Glover over here.
I saw him laying on the ground. I said, what the fuck happened? And from that
Yeah.
angle, he got his hand stepped on.
Gold Glover gets his hand chopped off. Yep. Great. He's gonna go on the IL for 60 days.
I don't know about 60, but he might miss a week or two. He might have broke his fucking finger.
What's a broken finger out? He's gonna miss more than a week or two.
He's still looking at it. Nah, he's all right. He's good. He's fine.
He's not playing tomorrow.
Probably not, but he'll be all right.
Who pitches tomorrow for them? Parker?
For who?
For
Phillies?
no.
Oh, for them? I have
For the
no idea.
Nats.
Is that's a day game, isn't it?
No, it's 6:45.
I don't know why I thought it was like 3 something. There is a 3 o'clock.
My wife just texted me. Can't believe they pulled that off.
Yeah, you and me both.
Jake Irvin.
6:45 tomorrow. I don't know why I thought it was a day game.
I think they play 3 straight night games.
Yeah,
which
they
is like
do.
unheard of anymore.
Yeah, they do. There is another.
Are you a fan of the day game?
I love day games.
Like in the middle of the week though?
Yeah, I love it. Especially because like I'm by myself in a truck all day for work. So like
Sure.
I just turn on the radio and just listen to it, and it gives me something to listen to while I'm at work
Of course.
instead of the same music or podcast.
See, I'm the opposite. Like I can watch kind of like
Yeah,
but I just really
you
prefer
follow. Yeah,
I just really prefer to come home and like watch every pitch and you know.
no, that's fair. I just
It's something to look
like
forward to.
having something to listen to.
I was lost last night. Like when the Phillies are not on, like I don't know what to do with myself. Like
I mean, you can watch playoff hockey.
No, and
Which
you
is
know
what
what?
I'm gonna
I
switch to
have
right
been
now.
watching. I've been watching a little bit of basketball too. Dude, the Lakers Wolves series, even though it's 3-1, it's been a lot of fun. But that's the thing is like all the hockey games aside, like from like what's it? Colorado and Dallas are tied.
Yeah, Edmonton.
Other than that, like,
Edmonton, LA's tied.
yeah, but that's like
Minnesota, Vegas is tied.
that shit starts at like 10 o'clock. At least the Colorado
That's
Dallas starts at like 8 or 9.
Well, that's a problem so far with these playoffs. Is like there are some good teams in the West, or I'm sorry, the East, but all the East series
Yeah, it's a
aren't
3-1.
that. Yeah, they're not that good right now. All the good series are in the West, and the game start at fucking 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Although
The
this
one game starts at
I just
11,
turned
like,
on
this
this
is crazy.
Devils. I just turned on this Devils Hurricanes game. The Devils were up like 3-0 at one point, and it's now 4-4.
Is that 3-1?
Yeah, Carolina's up 3-1. Yeah.
All right, I'll turn it on.
Yeah, I thought there was another game on too, but that game might have been over.
It's Toronto, Ottawa and Toronto.
Yeah, Ottawa was up 1-0 last I checked. I don't know what the final is though.
It's still on, isn't it? Yeah, it's still on.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, it's
It's
4-0. 4-0 with 7 seconds left. That game's over.
Comeback? Comeback? No, I meant for the series.
Oh,
Not
the
for
series?
game. Yeah,
Oh, I
not
mean,
for the game.
dude. In like the last handful of years, like I think this is now makes Toronto like 1-10 or some shit in like games. They just don't know how to close out series.
Makes sense. I mean, that checked out.
Yeah, like anytime there's a clinching game, they're like 1-10 or some shit. All right, well, let's go on to the Eagles. So the Eagles had a draft this week. They did. The NFL as a whole had a draft this week, and I'll be honest. Other than like a couple storylines, like I don't really care about the draft all that much because like you don't really get the payout until months, years down the line to know if these players are good or not. I think there's interesting storylines like the Shedeur Sanders one. I think is interesting.
Yep.
I can't say I'm surprised by it at all. What is your thought before we get into the Eagles about the Shedeur Sanders thing?
Like him sliding or
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect the 5th round. I thought maybe somebody. So I thought there were only 2 or 3 teams in the first round that would even consider it. That was the Jets, which at the time I forgot that Justin Fields signed there. I thought it could have been the Jets. I thought it could have been New Orleans or the Steelers. I thought, and he didn't go to those 3 teams in the first round. I think the Steelers picked at 21. The New Orleans was 9, and I think the Jets were 7. So like once it got past 21, unless there was a team that would move up in the late first round, like I just didn't think it was going to happen. Second round, I was like, I wasn't totally surprised going in the 3rd round, but like once the 3rd round came and went, I was like this guy is still not picked.
Yeah. I mean, if he's as good as the quote unquote experts say he has how high he should have went, like if he's that good, the Browns got a steal obviously, but like with that being said, I don't blame teams at all for having him on their do not draft list. Like he just seems like such a fucking headache. And not only when you draft him, you got to deal with his fucking father now too. Like,
see, I don't know that that's going to be a thing.
I think the second you think he thinks Shedeur is either not starting when he should or is mistreated, he's going to be all in the media talking about how bad how bad of a situation it is.
Yeah, but like being in the media and saying how bad the situation is different than like actually genuinely being able to do something about it. Anybody can have an opinion, right? Like, what's the difference between Deion Sanders saying he should start versus Mel Kiper? Like,
it's Deion Sanders.
So, what's the difference? What's the difference between him and if Arch Manning says Eli doesn't, he doesn't want to go to San Diego. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't think. I think it's going to be a thing where Deion said, I only want you to go to certain places because I know and I want the best for my kid. And I think part of that is what every parent wants, right? But like,
sure.
But like, at the same time, you have to kind of let the process be the process.
Yeah.
And I think although Deion could come out and say something, I don't think it's going to affect anything other than the fact that it's just noise. Because at the end of the day, the Cleveland Browns own the rights to Shedeur Sanders. The Deion Sanders is the coach at Colorado, the University of Colorado. Am I going in and out?
You are, yeah. Your mic's having some. I don't know if it's
Okay.
the wire. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
Wait,
You're
can you
having
hear
some
me?
issue. Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, I'll try to keep it in this position. That's what she said. So I think that
So you don't think?
I think Deion being a head coach at University of Colorado, which is a 12-month job. Oh my God, I'm going out again.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing over there. And I lost you completely. This is not good audio if your mic's
Hello?
gonna be cutting it out. You're good now.
Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing here. So just sitting here. They said that would happen in health class. But I just think being so focused on a job and
let me see.
I don't think it's going to be as big of.
Do you think he's going to try to push for the head coach job of the Cleveland Browns in like 2 years?
No, I
You
don't
think so.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I actually think Deion knows how good his son is or isn't. I just think he's trying to be a father ahead of a coach. But
Well, it just reminds me of the and I forget the father's name, but the Ball brothers. They're that. It's like that on fucking steroids.
see, I think the Ball brother is way worse. The
Really?
like way worse.
Wow.
Dude, he went on national television and was like, my kid's only going here, my kid's only going there. Like, at least Deion didn't come out and say, my kid's only going here. Like, did he come out and say, yeah, I prefer him to go to some places and I'm going to try to make sure that happens? Sure. But, like,
He didn't say it like that. He just said, no, there's some teams where if you're drafted, you ain't going there. Is basically
right. But
what
he said it to his son on in front of a camera. The Ball brother guy, what was his name? LeVar Ball.
Yeah, I think it's LeVar.
Went on Colin Cowherd, went on ESPN, went on Fox, like, and said these things.
And if he thinks Shedeur Sanders is not treated well, you don't think he's going to do that?
I'm not going to say whether he is or isn't going to do it. All I'm saying is that guy has made noise before his kid was even drafted. Have
Sure.
you heard Deion say anything about his kid negatively about his kid going to Cleveland yet?
No, he's been kind of quiet.
Right. I just don't think it's going to be as big of a deal as what the talking points are saying. That's
Maybe.
all. I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying I think Deion knows a little bit more than LeVar Ball and some of these other people probably. I just think he's looking at it. It's hard when it's your kid, right? Like I think he's looking at it like I want the best for my kid, and I think he's great because he's my kid. But I think Deion probably knows that like his kids or the player might not be as good as I want my kid to be.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be good or not.
Neither do I.
I look at his record and I don't know if you're that good. I think you would have made the team. I know the team wasn't great and they're not in a great conference, but like 13-12 record, 0-3 in bowl games. Like
they're in a great conference this year.
But yeah, but I don't know.
No, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
like that is against it. Like that's a knock against him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did you see the prank call? How crazy is that?
I did.
It was like 2 years in a row though. Didn't somebody get prank called last year?
Well, the guy the Eagles took, apparently he got a couple prank calls. Did you see that?
Dejean?
No,
Was
this
it
year.
Dejean
This year,
Dejean?
Kyle, the quarterback they got.
I did not see that, but
Yeah,
I did see that. Remember Dejean got pranked last year?
I don't remember Dejean's prank.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Pretty sure he got pranked last year. But
No, but apparently Kyle McCord, he said that he got a couple prank calls, from local, like numbers, like 215 numbers and things like that. And he said when he finally got the call from Roseman, he didn't believe it was him at first.
yeah.
But yeah, I did see the Shedeur Sanders one. Apparently, it was like I don't know if the guy that made the call was him, but like the number that leaked or something. I think from like the Falcons defensive coordinator's son or something.
Yeah, his 21-year-old son found his phone number on the dad's iPad or something in like on like his desk or something, and prank called him. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, if you do that, I mean, I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making out to be. Like, yeah, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm probably really fucking pissed and upset. But like, you've been such an arrogant prick that you're kind of it's coming back to you.
Yeah.
Essentially. That's number one. Number two, like I don't know, it happened. It's addicting to do, sure, but get over it. Like I also think it was stupid. Like if you're in that position to making that prank call, why are you releasing this footage?
Right.
Like just showing your
You're
face.
Like, right. Like posting on social media. Also,
Yeah.
like the I think the most fucked up thing about it is these other people that are prank calling, like, you know, it was DeJean last year, it was, Kyle McCord this year, like
Yeah.
other guys that are getting prank called. The worst part about the Shador Sanders thing is this is a guy in the league who could have been reprimanded for allowing the information to be available to his son.
Yeah.
Who he could have gotten his father in a lot of trouble. Like,
Sure.
could have lost his job, and
Yep.
but like you hear all these people like, what I wonder what his consequences are going to be with the son. Like he's not an adult. Like
Right.
you can't say you're grounded, right? Like,
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I think the best like thing that I heard was somebody said it on Twitter, or it might have been Instagram. In one of the comments, it was like, if he pays for him to go to school, he should make him stay home for a semester or two and make him work.
Yeah.
Which,
right.
like, I think at that point, like, you could do something like that if you pay for his college, which you assume he probably does because he's
There's gonna be
a defense
absolutely
coordinator in the.
right. There's gonna absolutely be zero consequences.
Well, I don't know about internally. I don't really care
Yeah.
what he does with his son internally. Externally, no. Like, the Falcons have already said there are going to be no reprimands to the defensive coordinator. Apparently, the kid called Shador and like apologized.
Yeah.
And like apparently Shador like handled that pretty well. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Right.
What are you gonna say? Fight me? Like,
Right. Yeah. And I think Shador's image is already kind of shit right now.
Yeah.
That he
Yeah.
can't really afford to do anything to, kind of. That's what I'm looking for. I guess make it go further. But it's a place like the Browns. I mean, it is funny that the Browns think they can like magically make him good. Like the Browns have such like a, and also didn't make any sense because like 2 rounds before that they picked the guy from Oregon, Gabriel.
yeah, Gabriel Dillon or
Gabriel
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel, I think his name is.
Yeah.
It's either Gabriel Dillon or Dylan Gabriel.
I think it's Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
You had it right. But like it's just mismanagement picking 2 quarterbacks. Like
Yeah. I wonder if the whole like Eagles possibility of taking him, which I don't think it was real, but I do think it's possible. Howard did put it out there that so somebody would take him, so that somebody would move up, in front of the
Maybe,
Eagles. I do think it was more of that than the Eagles actually wanting to draft him.
maybe.
But
All right, before we get out of it, let's talk about the Eagles draft picks.
Yes.
For pick first round, they moved up a pick with the Chiefs. Jahad Campbell, local kid.
they
from
tried to
Ariel,
move
New
up
Jersey.
to 23 to get him.
Went
or
to Timber Creek High
24.
School, but yeah, I think it was 22. I think I saw as high as.
Yeah, I know they were trying hard with the Chargers. I think the Chargers were 23, but it was around the 22 that the talk started to.
Yeah, I mean, you hear on the phone call from
Yeah.
Lori saying, "Hey, we've been trying to get you for the last hour."
Yeah, yeah. Did you see the video of his parents?
Yeah.
Like reacting.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's awesome. Local kid, Alabama, SEC. Howard just keeps doing it, man. It's just keeps
Howard.
getting. Yeah, I know you hate that I say that, but
It's just, I always forget that. Like, I just never know who you're talking about. It just always throws me off.
yeah, just keeping it in the SEC. It's just how many? What's that? Like 5 years in a row? He's taking an SEC
Yeah.
player in the first round.
Yeah.
I
mean, he learned his mistake from taking fucking TCU and
USC and
whatever other schools.
from
Yeah,
when they were in the Pac-12
Yeah.
and where did
Yeah, I mean-
where did Dillard go?
Dillard. Where did Dillard go? I feel like it's like one of the like Auburn or something.
That's SEC. Though.
That is SEC. I know. Hold on.
Andre
Wa-
Dillard.
Washington State.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
I was nowhere close by saying Auburn.
No, Auburn is in Alabama. Washington State is in the state of Washington. One is on the Pacific time, and the other is on the Atlantic.
Right. There you go. There's your geography course of the day.
There it is.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, Campbell, a guy that like honestly, I think has a strong case to start, especially with Dean out for whoever knows how long.
I'm
Um,
curious. I'm curious to see if they move him around a little bit too, because he went into Alabama as a edge rusher, defensive
Mhm.
end, and I think they had some problems with the linebacker, and they were like, oh, this guy can actually cover a little bit too. They moved him to linebacker, and he kind of, if he played linebacker like traditional middle linebacker longer, I think and succeeded. I think he would have probably been a higher draft pick. That's how good he is. Like it's a newer thing that he's played linebacker, and he was already a first round pick. So like, just imagine if he got to play that position with more tape and more film on him, how high of a pick he could have been. I'm just shocked they took a linebacker in the first round. I'm curious to see how much of Fangio had influence.
Yep. But I mean, it's clearly a position that like they've been kind of thin on, the last handful of years, and they finally got better at it this year. I think maybe Howard, as you like to call him, is finally seeing, hey, I need a fucking linebacker. Because like I honestly like on the defense, there really isn't that many holes. The safety and like a linebacker, like those are the two holes. And
probably defensive tackle. I think.
Yeah, but I think they trust Carter enough that to say like, hey, they got.
Yeah, but you need somebody else next to him.
Yeah, but
Mojo or Owojo is the other guy. He's a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Like, do I think he could do it? Yeah, maybe. But like, I'm not going to bank on that either.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably one of the positions they were looking at, and a couple of guys kind of went early.
Yeah.
Especially the kid Kenneth Grant from Michigan went way higher than I expected.
Yeah.
But you know what? The whole linebacker thing, like, look at the linebackers the year they won the Super Bowl in 2017, 2018. Like,
that Hicks? Okay,
well, Hicks was hurt, but it was Kendricks. It was Hicks. It was Bradham. These guys, they're not great linebackers, but they are very good linebackers. Like they are NFL linebackers. And then you went all those years with why am I drawing a blank on his name? Nathan Jerry or Gary or
yeah.
He was your
really
best linebacker.
He was really just a special teamer that like they just didn't have anybody else to play a linebacker.
Hey, he played safety in college, like in Nebraska. Like, he was their best linebacker in 2020, and like they won 4 games. So like they went back to having really good linebackers this past year, and they win another Super Bowl. So like it tells you, like, look at the Tampa team. They had 2 of the best linebackers in the league that year. That won in 2020. Like, linebacker is a dying position that should not be dying. But yeah, I'm shocked they went with that in the first round. I love the second round pick too.
Andrew Makuba,
yeah.
Texas.
4-year starter, 3 years at Clemson, last year at Texas. 5 picks last year. It could potentially be another day 1 starter.
Yeah. Either him or Sidney Brown.
I just don't think they like Sidney Brown as much as I thought. And also, the biggest thing with Sidney Brown is he plays very aggressive, and he just winds up getting hurt a lot. So I think they're also worried about that. It's a little bit more insurance. I think that Sidney Brown goes into the season as the starter in the training camp, and it's a battle.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I really do like Makuba. I think those 2 guys could be potentially day 1 starters.
Yeah.
You know who else was a second round pick, safety?
Second round. You're not talking fucking like Dawkins, are you?
I'm talking Brian Dawkins. But they've also missed a lot of second round safeties.
Pump the brakes.
They've also missed a lot of second round safeties in the
Yes.
past. Like Kurt Coleman, remember him? There's another two or three guys that they took, and I can't remember who it is, but their names. But
they had more success with like 7th round safeties than second.
Undrafted isn't
Jalen Mills is pretty. Was redrafted? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure Reed Blankenship was undrafted.
Jalen Mills has had a pretty decent career, and
he's a cornerback here.
7th round. Nah, he was a safety here. Was he?
No, he was
not?
cornerback. No, he's a cornerback.
No, he's a safety.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. He was a safety here his last year, but the year they won the Super Bowl, and the first 3 years he was here, he played cornerback. Look up the 2017 depth chart.
Let's see if I can find it. I could have sworn.
Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, rookie Jalen Mills, I believe. Yeah, they moved him
so
last year.
He was safety his rookie year. He was a cornerback his 2nd, 3rd, 4th year, and then played safety his final year.
Okay. What was his rookie year?
He was a safety.
No. What year?
2016.
Okay, so I thought 2017 was his rookie year, but
No,
he didn't play his first year. I don't think.
It says 16 games, but so he played in 16 games, but he
Yeah, he
started
was a special
two of them.
teamers. He's a
Yeah,
special.
he started 2 of them though.
Yeah, he was a cornerback here. He wasn't a safety.
Yeah, okay,
He
fair
played.
enough.
He most of it was the safety. I remember him moving back to safety his last year here. And
Yeah.
what year was that?
That's probably why I thought the safety. 2020 was his last year here.
Yeah,
That's probably
Nathan
why I was thinking
Jerry
that.
playing linebacker.
Yeah,
You got safety playing linebacker. You've got a cornerback playing safety. Makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
That's like
So what year would Jerry or Gary been? That was 20.
I know it's 2020. He played.
2020.
No, 22. They made the Super Bowl.
That's right. So probably 2020.
I think it was 2020.
I'll look at their
Their roster, the depth chart.
yeah, their roster here. I'm looking at linebacker. No.
I thought it was 20. It might have been 21. I just remember when they played Pittsburgh. he got
Alex
torched.
Singleton?
He did play linebacker too, but Jerry definitely played linebacker.
Yeah, Jerry's here. Well, Jerry this year only played 7 games.
It was a terrible 7 games. That Pittsburgh game, he gave up 3 touchdowns. Dude, I
Yeah.
could have scored on him. Like it was insane.
Oh, Devion Taylor too. He stunk too.
3rd round pick, for Colorado.
Yeah, he was terrible. Jannard Avery,
Yeah, it's bad.
Sean Bradley.
Who they refused to play.
Yeah.
I think,
Yep.
and he turned out to be
So go figure.
a pretty good player.
Yeah, go figure the years that they don't come anywhere close, they don't have linebackers.
Yeah,
And the years they win, they have pretty
They
good
have
linebackers.
pretty good linebackers. You don't have to have a great linebacker. You just can't not have any linebackers.
Right. Yeah, because it's once you don't have linebackers, like one, I think it's easier for the team to run on you and just expose you in the pass game. You just throw
Yeah.
somebody there and just get one-on-one with the linebacker, and you got no shot.
Yeah.
So, all right. Then you go on to so they didn't have a 3rd round pick. You go on to round 4, defensive tackle Ty Robinson, and
They moved
I-
back in the 3rd round, which I thought was
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, I listen. I think this whole draft was probably not.
Jesus Christ, you watching this hockey game?
I am. Oh
The
my god!
Devils goalie just made a couple like ridiculous saves.
It was like a chain. It was like a knuckleball.
Yeah.
He's got a sick mask though. But I think they went into this knowing that this isn't going to be a great draft. We're going to try to really hit a home run on our 1st and 2nd round pick, and then everything else is just throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. They might be great players. I don't know, but I think they're really gearing up for next year. And Roseman kind of said that. Howard kind of said that. It was like, we're going to have a boring Friday night this year, or we had a boring Friday night this year. He said this after the 2nd and 3rd round. He said next year's going to be a lot more exciting in the 2nd round. They have I don't know how many picks they have next year, but I think they gained 2 extra picks during this draft for next year.
Yep.
So I think next year's going to be a lot different, whether they trade some, to move up, move back, gain players, whatever it is, or like already established NFL players or whatever, whether they draft as many as picks as they have. But I just think this year was a little bit like of them just saying, you know what, we just won the Super Bowl. We've got to, it's not going to be the most exciting draft in the world.
Yeah. So I'll just read off the names, and if there's anything you want to talk about for any of them, stop me. And if any of them are intriguing to you,
Okay.
But Ty Robinson, defensive tackle, cornerback Mac McWilliams from Central Florida, linebacker from Georgia Smeal Mondin. They love the Georgia guys.
Yep.
Offensive lineman Drew Kendall from Boston College, quarterback Kyle McCord from Syracuse, tackle Miles Hinton from Michigan, tackle Cameron Williams from Texas, and outside linebacker Antoine Powell-Ryland from Virginia Tech finishes off the draft.
There's also an undrafted kid, receiver. I forget his name. I don't know where he went, but white kid who could potentially make the team as a special teamer, like a returner.
Didn't they just sign a returner like in free agency?
I don't think so. Did they?
I thought they did.
Covey's gone, I believe.
No, yeah, they signed the guy from Houston. I forget his
Okay,
name. I'm drawing a
Houston.
blank on his name. It was like the 2nd day of free agency. They signed. I forget his fucking name.
Was he a receiver?
Yeah, but I think he played mostly special teams. It was like the first day. Why can I not find it?
ChatGPT that shit. Seriously, type in Eagles free agency signings 2025.
I can't find it. Unless I fucking like dreamt this. Oh, Avery Williams.
I don't know who that is.
Not Houston. He was with Atlanta. They signed him to a 1-year deal. He was a 5th-round pick in 2021. Williams spent the past 4 seasons in Atlanta, where he served primarily as a return specialist.
I really think it's good to bring in competition.
Oh, sure, no, I agree with you.
But I think that's why I think the kid's intriguing.
Yeah.
To potentially make the team as a returner.
Yeah.
The kid from Michigan, the tackle, I've heard good things about. And who was after the defensive tackle? Who was the pick? The kid from UCF. Little undersized, but right, UCF or UFC or UCF, Central Florida, right?
Who taught Mac
The cornerback.
McWilliams was
Yeah.
after defensive tackle Ty Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cornerback Mac McWilliams from Central Florida.
Yeah, I don't know if I love or hate the name, but
Mac McWilliams.
yeah, he just sounds like a fucking like Irish drunk.
Fair enough.
That just loves to fight everybody.
Fair enough.
He's a little undersized, but he's like kind of a ball hawk, so that could be intriguing. But everybody else couldn't tell you a thing about them.
Yep. Fair enough. I mean,
So.
some of them probably will never hear from again. Like I don't. I assumed Kyle McCord is going to be like on the practice squad. Like I think right now you could say Tanner McKee's quarterback 2, right?
Yeah, as of right now, yeah.
Yeah, he's quarterback 2, and then McCord will be on the practice squad. Probably won't even dress.
I'd imagine Kyle McCord is probably, although he probably will be on the practice squad, will probably be the third option because I don't think this other kid's going to be is not very good either.
What other
The
kid?
kid they traded for Kenny Pickett for.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but yeah.
He's got
The guy's got
names.
3 names. Yeah. I always forget that that's a thing. Like I took that trade as like a pick swap. I totally forgot about the quarterback they got in the deal too.
Yeah,
Wasn't it a pick swap basically?
something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of a quiet year in the draft, but that's okay because I'll take them picking 32 every year. I think you said that last week. So
Every year, it means you won the Super Bowl, which I
it
will
sure
take.
does.
I will take. The Eagles
One
are
of my
still
favorite-
Super Bowl champions.
One of my favorite things on Twitter these past few months were people asking, "Why did the Eagles pick 32?"
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I will take it every time. You got anything else before we get on out of here?
I don't, but we've got the I think we talked about it last week. The draft lottery coming up.
That will be on May 5th.
Okay, and then we got the schedule coming out for the Eagles for next year, or for the NFL next year. I think that's like the 12th or the 15th of May.
Yeah, the schedule release date doesn't really do anything for me, if I'm being honest.
I fuck with it. Only because I like to pretend that I'm gonna go to like an away game.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
oh shit, they play the Chargers. Like, I'm gonna go to California this year and like fucking watch them. Or like, the 1 year I might have been last. Did they go to Buffalo? Did they go to Buffalo last year? The last time they went to Buffalo, I was like, I'm gonna make the trip up.
Was that not last year or was that 2 years ago?
They played Buffalo last year. Was it here? It was here. It was the overtime game.
Yeah. Maybe it was 2 years ago then in Buffalo.
I think it might have been longer than that. It might have been like 22 or 21 or something.
The years blend into each other, Dom.
Yeah, especially when you do all this winning. But
yeah, right.
I'm always like, I'm gonna go to New York this year and watch. I'm gonna go to Washington this year and watch.
And we never do.
No, but honestly, the most fun thing about it is seeing the because they're gonna play the first game this year, the first opening kickoff, opening night, and just seeing do they play on Thanksgiving? Do they play on Christmas? Do they play?
Sure,
New Year's is like a new thing now. Black Friday is a thing now. Like those are like my favorite things. And then just seeing how many times I have to be exhausted on a Monday morning because they play Sunday night football, or exhausted on a Tuesday because they played Monday night football.
Right, exactly.
But
And then before we get out of here, just one final note about the Flyers. We talked about it for a second. Rick Tocchet is not going back as the Vancouver Canucks head coach, and apparently the Flyers are interested, or people wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with the Flyers. I'm strongly against it.
I actually kind of want to talk a little bit about that. But we can wait till next week if they don't hire somebody by then. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
I'm against it. So we can talk about that next week if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week, assuming they don't hire anybody. At that point, when's the 5th? Is that what's next Tuesday's date? Should
I
know
believe it's
this?
Tuesday, isn't it?
Is that Tuesday?
It's
so
Monday.
we'll know where the Flyers.
Monday.
It's Monday. So okay, so the 6th is Tuesday. So by
the next show, we'll know where they pick. Yeah. Which is what they have the fourth highest odds.
Yep.
For the number 1 pick.
Yep.
It's like exciting to like. It's exciting to like be in this position where like, oh my god, they might get a hype. It sucks because like you want to be good, but like it's still somewhat exciting. I think
it's exciting when you can get a good player in here.
Yeah,
for sure. So we'll talk about that next week along with the coaching stuff. And we're gonna get out of here, and we will see everybody next Tuesday. See you then.